Okay, now we are going to talk about um, at this video we're going to talk about IP address, MAC address, subnet mask. You know, these are the basic things that we have to learn. Uh, See, you have such a local network, and then you are different kind of network. And right now we're going to talk about this, like about IP address and MAC address. Like if PC1 want to send a message to laptop here, it has to know uh, some of this information. You know, IP address of this one, the MAC address of this one, and then through the it recognize, you know, I mean, the way to find the other computer wanted to send a message to this one, got to have the IP of this one and IP of this one if we want to send it to this one, and also the MAC address. MAC address is just the 6 pair of these two, the hexadecimal numbers. You know, you see the number here, and we talked about it, how you can, you know, conversion of these numbers, like to binary to hexadecimal to binary. We talked about the decimal to binary, hexadecimal to binary, and these we talked about it in the last video. Now, in order to see that first of all, that what is IP address? See, IP address, it just, okay, IP stands for Internet Protocol. Protocol. See, if you two devices want to communicate with each other, those devices, they got to have IP address in order to communicate, either in a local network or internet, no, public internet, public network. So those rules that those rules for sending data to internet, that's actually, you know, what IP is. IP. I think, you know, IP address is assigned by ISP, you know, internet service provider, and so it's the way to find, to get to access to internet, public network. Let's go into more IP address. It has, see, you see that there is a point between those. You know, there are classes, there are a number of classes that IP address, you know, there are classes. See, sometimes this one is start with 192. It's maybe it started with 129.200, like 50 and 4, you know, all kind of different things. You know, yeah, you have to like what are the classes are there, how many IP address, you know, what are the classes of all IP address. I mean, how many different kind of IP address might be. You know, the one that starts with 1 to 126 plus 255 to 55, and you know, then we talk about it in subnet mask pretty soon. See, the classes are from 1 to 26 is class A, from 128, then we talk about 127, why is that here? 128 to 192 is 191. It's going to be class B, and class C is start from 192 to 223. Now, and we have also class D that start from 224 to 239. Now let's talk about this. See, if there is, you say that there is a IP address, for example, you know, this one here, 192.1. See, from 192 to 230, the first one here, it shows that class is C. Then we are going to talk about what are the classes, what class of C, what does talk about it, and what it's you know, how many. See, actually, this has two parts. An IP address here, 192.168.1.2. There are two parts. The first part is a network part, network portion, and then here, there is one here, it's a host portion. Okay, every IP address has two portions, network portion and host portion. So the class A, for example, I'll give you an example of class A, is 110.2 25 65, and like this one, you know, it's you can just this is an example. Let's see here, where we go. See, this is an IP address, but there we talked about there are four different classes, even 5 different classes, but these are A, B, C are more important. I mean, we deal with those more than others. So it's a class A. Class A is, if you just look at this one, you find that it's a class A, because from 1 to 126 is class A. And then, so this is class A. Class A has the subnet mask of class A. Talk about subnet mask. Is 255, okay, and then 0, 0, 0. Class A. It means that this is a subnet mask. Means only actually we talked about it, you know, we said that from IP address we can find out how many, what is the host portion, and network portion. This is 110. It means that class A, and it 255. It the network portion, and this is what for host portion. So this is the subnet mask. These are network portion and the host part of the portion. So the more, see what it means that if we have a class, like for example, we are going to talk about class C. Okay. We talk about class C. What does class C is? Class C. See, you know that from 192 to 233, it was class C. Okay. This one actually plus 31, we add to this one 233. So from class C is from 92 to 233. So this is class, should be class, this must be class C, because it started from 192. If it was 210, 174, 24, this is, you said that 210, it between 192 and 233 is class C. So this is class C. The class C has some characteristics, you know, like this one. We call this one class C. Okay, the subnet mask of class C is 255 by point, separated by point, and then means that these three, it belong to network. You know, all these started in network, and this part is just a host part. So most has a lot of network, and just the number of hosts is little. You know. So let's talk about like this one, okay? So if we say 192, 168.1.0, okay? This is the network ID. Okay, now you want to find out that if you decide to see how many network you want to gonna have, how many hosts you're gonna have. See, you said that for example 192.168 1 point here, this is the network ID, and then the host is going to start from 1 up to, usually the first one belongs to gateway IP of the router, that I will talk about it later, and then up to 254. And the 255, the last one, is just for the broadcast ID. So what we are going to do is say that this one has a subnet mask of this class C, 255, 255, 255, 0. Okay, and then this is you decide that you want to have uh, this is the host part. Okay, the post part is it's gonna have only 255, 254, 254 host, because see, the more you go this way, like if another IP address started with like 154 64 80. This is the network address. This is what it should be in class B. See, from 126 to 154. If the first number here belong to class B, what is the sub mask of class B? It's 255, 255. See, actually when it's 54, 255, 00. There are two 255 for network, and the other two, they're actually these are things that we will talk about it later. This is 255 is just 1 1 1 1 8 8, which is the first one was 2 4 8 16 32 64 128. See, this is, if you add up, it's going to be 255. The 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 is going to be 255. If this one was 0, then it's 254. 254. Okay, and then if this one was 0, this one in the middle, somewhere in 0, you have to account that if you have something like that, 128, 64, 32, and then we didn't have 16. 0, and then 8, 4, 2, and then 0. And then you add this, actually you get 17 minus 254 is going to be actually 255. Suppose that this is 1. Okay, only 16, actually it's still 255 minus 16, whatever it is going to be the decimal number. This is a binary number and decimal number. And 239, I think it's 239. Okay, 239 is going to be, because if you add this one all together, 2, 2, 4, 6, 14, 16, 20, 28, and this is 1, 2, 29. Yeah, 239. Okay? So it all different. It depends on the classes, and then why we are going to soon talk about why these classes how many hosts they have, how many networks. In this one here, you have this portion, because you look at the subnet mask. 151, 92, it was 255, 255, 255, and 0. But this one is 255, 255, and 0, 0. This is the network portion, and this is the host portion. The host portion here, it shows was 0. So that was class A. Class B was 255, 255, 0, 0. That's the subnet mask for class A. That was for class B. For class C, subnet mask is C, and 255, 0, 0, 0 is going to be class A. This is class A. Class A only has like class A, it's something like between 1 to 26. If it was, the number was 125, whatever, 15, 71, 0, for example. This is, from here you can see that this is from, it's class A, because the first 8 bits, you know, we are talking about there are 4 octet, and some of them belong to network, and some of them belong to host. See, in this one, this is a class A, and the subnet mask is 255.0.0.0. We will talk about this pretty soon. So as soon as you see that this number here is between 1 and 126, you find out this is class A. Okay. Now talk about class C from here. So we have actually, according to subnet master 8, and 0. This is ones. These are the ones, you know. We talked about it, that in 8 bits, which is 1 byte, it was start from here 2, 4, 8 to the power of 0, 1, 2, no. And then you add those two, we find that it's 255. So this is 255 if you add all those together, you know. You remember that? We just did it. We just said it's 128, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. And this is what? This is one of this. There are 8 of these here. All of them are 1. All of them are 1, so altogether it's going to be 255. So it'll be right here 255. See, I want to know you get the point that this way we use this to show that this is 255. This is 255, all ones. Okay, this is class C. Class C started from 192. It's 193 is still class C. The subnet mask card did. Means these portions are for network, and this portion is for host. This portion is for host. Okay, it's supposed to be like this. Okay, this portion 0, but if you want to find out what it means here, okay, let's means actually this is 808. Okay, there are 8 of them. See, like for example, this is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. Okay, these are all 0. And the same thing, 1, 2, 4, is 8. You know, 8 ones means 255. If you add together, you know, we talk about 128 plus 64 plus 32, you know, it's going to be 255. But here, the way to find out how many uh, portion uh, how many hosts you can get from this IP address. This is the network portion, and this is host portion. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you get 8 of them, 8 bits. So 2, you say 2 to the power of 8 minus 2, because this is going to be the valid host. Because you have to take 2 of them, one for network and one of them for broadcast, and we'll talk about this. Supposedly, altogether, we said there 802 to the power of 8 is 256. Okay, and then this is the host. Now, this is going to be minus 2, but let's not talk about that right now. And there are 1, 2, 3, 3, 8, 24. 22 to the power of 24 is the number, this is the number of the host, number of the subnet. Okay? You have this much for network, and this is for host. If you raise this one to the power of 24, whatever it's going to be, is going to be the number of network. Okay? The number of network. So, write 2 to the power of 24. 16 million 777 216. 16 million network you can have, but 256 hosts. So okay, there are some other material. So the number of the host. That's about, you have this one. 255, 0, 0, and what's going to happen here? This is going to be 0, all 0, 8, 0, 0. There are 8, 0. So the number of the hosts this time is going to be, this is class B. The number of a host is going to be this much, and the number of the network is going to be this much. Means if you want to find the number 2 to the power of network, first of all, network, okay, is 2 to the power of 8. This is 8. It's 8. 8 bits. We talked about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 to the power of 16 is going to be network, and 2 to the power of 16 is going to be host. Means the